Hi everyone, my name is Aspire and today I'll be reviewing the Palit GT430 graphics card. The graphics card was released in January of 2011 and was targeted at budget to lower end mainstream users. The original price of the card was about $79 and in Philippine currency is about 4,151 pesos. And now you can find this card for $60 below in eBay. But is this GPU still capable of playing games in 2018? Well, let's find out. The specs of the graphics card has 24MB of DDR3 memory, has core clock of 700MHz, shader clock of 1400MHz, and the card's max CDP is 49 watts. Which means that you can pair that graphics card with a 300W PSU, which is good for small form factor PC like a Dell Optiplex or a HP compact PC. Not to mention that this card has 3 display connectors, the VGA, the HDMI, and the DVI. Now, we are pairing this graphics card to my main PC which is rocking a Ryzen 3 1300X clocked to 3.5 GHz, has 8 gigs of 2400MHz of RAM, and see how will this card perform in 2018.
That took a while, multiple attempts, and there we go! Took me a while for that!
First we have CSS and CSGO, and starting with CSS on high settings in 720p, we average 141 FPS with the minimums of 74 FPS. The game runs smoothly with no stutters on the game, and since this is a bot match and playing on DDoS 2, you can get the significant ups and downs to the FPS on different maps and on multiplayer or single player. Moving to CSGO, and we got 56 FPS and minimums down of 40 on the lowest settings in 720p. The game was running fine, and once again what I said in CSS, the maps will have significant ups and downs to the FPS depending on what map you're in. Moving on to some older games like Far Cry 3 and COD 4, starting with Far Cry 3 running on the low settings in 720p, the game averaged 40 FPS, down to 26 FPS. With the game on low, I would say this game is fairly well played. There was some stutter and that did not disrupt my fun playing on first missions, and yeah, it was good. And moving on to COD 4, with everything turned low, and with 1080p, we averaged 64 FPS, minimums down to 20 FPS, and the game was a little bit stutter, and when the action heated up, it sometimes hit on 45 below, but it was fairly decent and good. Before we're gonna move on to 2017 to 18 game titles, we'll try Battlefield 4, the last test we're gonna do before it, and I enjoyed it pretty well. Playing on low settings in 720p, the game averaged 36 FPS down to 20 FPS, and it played well. It had some significant stutter on combat, but when combat stopped, it will increase to 36 FPS above, which is okay, but if I'm talking about multiplayer, I would recommend to play on 720p below since it may give slowdowns when playing. Now we are gonna try the two last games, which are Ghost Recon Wildlands and Watch Dogs 2. And I would mean that we're given a stuttery mesh of problems. I would actually recommend doing the low spec mods or something, but if you're not into those, well, I would not recommend playing it since Watch Dogs 2 is running on 13 FPS down to 9, and Ghost Recon Wildlands playing on 11 FPS down to 8 FPS. Remember, this is low settings and 1024 by 768, and I am not enjoying it pretty well, to be honest. So should you recommend this card? Well, if you have a low budget money like me, I would recommend the card for mainstream users who are on video editing and stuff, and for people who have playing old games using for internet cafes. Yeah, still a decent choice for budget gaming. But if you're moving on to 2018 titles, I would not recommend buying this card since it's low, and what I said from the two games that was tested, I wouldn't really recommend it. Now, I'm gonna end this video, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe my channel and like the button, and if you do not like it, just dislike it, because I like to know. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys all later.